Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumlayo. Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumlayo. Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo. Venue, Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to
what is Efico resources all about? Okay, let's go straight down to that.
Wow, wow, wow. Hey! Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening, amazing and wonderful people. Welcome to the long awaited Efico conference tagged Bridge the Gap. My name is Anotade Oilola Mary, and I am the moderator for this event. I'm most honored to have you here. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me. I need to confirm that you can see and hear me. If you can see and hear me, please drop a comment in the comment section. I am highly excited to be here. I am trying to keep calm. I am trying to keep calm. I would wait for your chat. I need you to confirm if you can see and hear me. I would be expecting your chat. Please, can you see and hear me? Can you see and hear me? Welcome, welcome from wherever you're watching from. Okay, I see someone okay, I can see and hear you. All right. Please let me know your name. I can see. Hi, Rashidat Abiola. Good to see you, Rashidat. How are you doing this evening? All right, so without further ado, okay, you can see me. Okay, I'm so glad that you can see me. So now we can proceed. Hi. How are you all doing today? Trust you're fine. Please, if you're here, you can see and you can hear me clearly. Let me know your name and where you're watching from. I want to know your name and where you're watching from. So in the comment section, this is going to be an highly interactive session. This is going to be a dialogue, all right? So let me know your name and where you're watching from. I know that you all are watching me from different campuses, and I am so excited to host you. This event promises to be a value-filled and impactful one. So I encourage you to pay full attention and be ready for what is going to happen tonight. All right, so it is with great pleasure and virtual embrace that I welcome you all to this life transforming and amazing meeting. You see, today we are embarking on a virtual conference that is bringing students from different parts of the world together, that is connecting smart minds from different parts of the world together. And I must say that I am super excited about what is happening tonight, because I know that Beyond the physical bound, we have breakthrough physical boundaries, and we are causing a connection between smart minds from different campuses that I find highly exciting. You see, this particular event tagged Bridge the Gap. Our goal is to help you understand how to negotiate for global dominance as an undergraduate. This event is designed to, ignite your inspiration and to foster your intellectual growth. Yes, we have interest in you. And the truth is, I need you to understand that this is an event that is really going to help you on your pedestal of growth. It's really going to help you on your pedestal of growth because you're going to understand how to position yourself for personal excellence. You're going to understand how to position yourself for career excellence. We have curated, an array of sessions that are well curated, and all of these sessions are tailored at helping you to discover yourself, helping you to understand your capacities as undergraduates, and helping you to learn how you can position yourself for personal, academic, and career excellence. So if you're ready for tonight, can I see your emojis in the comment section? Come on, interact with me. Let's do this together. Interact with me. Let's do this together. Let me see your emojis if you are pumped up for tonight. As undergraduates, I want you to know that you represent a seed of greatness and you are catalyst of growth. That is why we are quite intentional about you tonight. The truth is, so many people think, oh, as an undergraduate, I don't need to do much. But look outside the window and you would realize there are so many amazing undergraduates out there doing great things. What are they doing differently? We want to know. How are they positioning themselves for opportunities? I can tell you of countless undergraduates who are doing so well in their career. Some people think that, oh, you have to finish school before you get into any career. That's a big lie. So tonight, you're here to learn. Hi, Precious, I see you. Welcome. You're here to learn how to position yourself for global dominance. The truth is that you are a global product. All right? Look beyond your campus wall. Look beyond your classroom walls. There is something inside of you that the world is waiting for. There is something inside of you that you carry that the world has not seen. But how do you learn to carve these things into solutions? How do you learn to carve these things into something that the world will appreciate? There is something inside of you, and that is why tonight I implore you to pay proper attention. Pay proper attention. You're going to find it very interesting. You're going to learn amazingly, and you're going to be impacted. Efico Resources is here to show you light, all right, and to help you position for personal, career, and academic excellence. So once again, I'm so excited to have you. I welcome you. Have I mentioned my name? I don't know, but my name is Onotade Oyinlola-Mary, and I'm your moderator for this event. I have the responsibility to help you have a seamless and interesting time even as you learn. All right. So once again, welcome. Are you ready to embark on this accelerating adventure? Are you ready? I'm about to invite our guest. I am about to invite our guest into the house. You're going to be seeing our first speaker for tonight, an amazing woman from the UK, a woman who is breaking grounds. When I say breaking grounds, I know what I'm talking to you about. A woman who I can call all shades of excellence. So let me see your emojis. Are you set tonight?
Efico Resources started in 2019 as a result of a suicide incident that happened in 2018. We realized that confusion and frustration actually permeates the African educational system. Apart from that, there is a mismatch between what is being taught in school and what the real world requires. Hence, to help students have a clear career path, providing relevant resources for it and make their education perfect without disrupting their mental health. We created Efico resources. At the fourth quarter of 2020, after spreading our tentacles from the University of Lagos by leveraging 60 campus ambassadors across 35 universities in Nigeria, we started a secondary school project where we went further into the grassroots to engage parents on career decisions for their wards. We onboarded about 10 secondary schools in calculating coding and entrepreneurship education into their curriculum to help them early enough with requisite tech skills even before they enter the university. At the beginning of the first quarter of 2021, we completed our first partnership with Sponsor a Child to School organization to help orphans with digital skills after finding their place in economic wealth creation. In response to the incumbent pandemic and to expand to other spectrums in Africa, we leverage digital education and other social media channels such as YouTube and TikTok to reach out to more younger folks. We are Efico Resources. We make your education make sense and seek to liberate economic prosperity in the long haul.
I am glad to see your comments and to know that you're ready. All right, so we are going into straight into business tonight. But before I introduce our guest, I'm going to be reading a mind-blowing bio to you. When I say mind-blowing, I mean what I am saying. So get ready to fall off your seats. Some of you will fall off your seats, sincerely. You don't know how it will happen. You're just going to see yourself falling off your seats by yourself because this bio that I am staring at here is a firetic bio. I am serious. So it is awe-striking and it is an amazing thing to see a woman achieve such giant strides. It's I must say that it's such a privilege for us to be hosting the distinguished presence of Ma'am Damilola Badmus tonight. So before I welcome her on stage, I would want to read to you her bio. So please be attentive and pay attention. All right, can you see the beauty? Oh my God, she left. Can you see the beauty? Oh my God. Good evening, ma'am. We're so glad to have you. I was going to read your bio. So before you address us, let me just quickly read out your bio to our waiting audience. All right, so Damilola Badmus is a dynamic personal branding consultant, photographer, author, speaker, and influential figure in the realm of LinkedIn. With a passion for helping individuals establish a strong and visible brand on the platform, she empowers professionals to leverage the power of compelling imagery and strategic content strategies. As an accomplished author, Damilola has opened a highly regarded book titled How LinkedIn Works: Attract Your Target Audience and Build Authority. Our book has received rave reviews and has seen widespread success with hundreds of copies sold to date. Drawing from her own experience and expertise, Damilola provides actionable insights and practicable advice to help readers unlock the true potentials of LinkedIn. Damilola's impact on LinkedIn extends beyond her written words. She boasts an impressive following of over 150,000 connections on the platform. Woo woo! Actively engaging with professionals from various industries. Recognized for her networking prowess, Damilola has gone beyond the digital realm, personally meeting and forging connections with over 100 of her LinkedIn connections in Nigeria and in the UK. Originally from Nigeria, Damilola brings a wealth of knowledge gained from years of experience in education, marketing, and public relations. Today, she resides in the UK with her husband, embracing the opportunities that comes with a global perspective. Damilola's infectious enthusiasm, expertise, and dedication to helping individuals and corporate brands thrive makes her a sought-after authority in the field of personal branding and LinkedIn success. Oh my God, did you feel the fire? Did you feel the fire? I can say with all of my strength that we are so fortunate to be hosting the distinguished presence of Ma'am Damilola Badmus tonight. And I will advise you to stay tuned and pay undivided attention as I welcome our phenomenal speaker for tonight, our first speaker for tonight. Oh my God. Please join me with your clapping ovation, your fire emojis to welcome a woman that is remarkable, a person whose name is synonymous to expertise, innovation, and excellence. She is someone I respect so much, and I'm so delighted to welcome her. Can you jam your hands together for the queen? Oh my God.
That's some flattering stuff.
You can now take the stage. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. I was really flattered. And yes, we're going to be having conversations, obviously, because I don't like to do my stuff alone. So we are going to have an engaging house. Through the chat on WhatsApp, I can say that everybody was really prepping themselves for the event of today. So we are going to be having an a conversation. And if you can hear me well, let me know in the comment section as well. And also, I just want this conversation to be very, very interactive. I don't know if you all can hear me. Let me see your chat. Let me see if you can hear me. Okay, great. So we are talking about how to leverage your personal brand as an undergraduate. Now, I understand how the undergraduate phase is because I've been there. I graduated in 2017, so I quite understand how student can be. We have the good students, we have the bad students, but I believe that many students that are here are ready to upskill their professional brand. Now, we know that LinkedIn is one of the places where you can build your personal brand as an undergraduate, and I'm super excited that we are going to have this conversation. So it's not just going to be me speaking, but we are going to have this conversation in a student to ex-student way. Okay, so talking about personal branding, I'm going to make this conversation something that is straightforward so that what you're expecting, which is how you can build your brand as an undergraduate, is what you will get. So it's not like saying that you ordered for one outfit and you got something wrong. Don't worry, I'm going to give you something premium. Okay, so let me do a background story of myself. I graduated from Nigeria University and I studied accounting. And back then in school, I was not the LinkedIn person. I became very active on LinkedIn when I graduated. And I must say that I knew about LinkedIn, but obviously I didn't understand what LinkedIn was. And yes, I was a professional girl. I used to do my skirts and my corporate shirts. So yes, I was more of the professional person. And so if I should look at my then now to my now, I would say that it interlines, like how I was then is also how I am now. So it's quite, I would say it's relatable because it's still my personality. So when we say personal branding, what do we really mean about personal branding? So we can say that personal branding is how people see you. Now, coming from the student perspective, we know that we have the physical branding and we also have the offline branding. That means the physical branding and then the online branding. So we know that the online branding is more of your social media. We have Instagram, we have LinkedIn, We have Twitter, we have your website, we have your blogs. All of those are what you call the online branding, right? But when we say the offline branding, which is your physical branding, is how you are, how people can relate with you, how when you're not in class, what can your classmates say about you, what can lecturers say about you? Are you that student that they always say, Shola, why are you coming late to class? So all of those things, that's how you categorize yourself. That's what you call your offline personal branding. So there are two sides of personal branding, I'll be honest. And rather than we talking just about, I'm going to dwell a lot more on online branding, but I just wanted to say a little bit about your offline branding. Now, I would say that for you to be able to create a very good personality, how you want to be perceived online, you need to first identify your brand values. You need to first know yourself, because after all, what you have is what you will give. And even if you want to fake, oh, I'm a good person, I'm this and that, it's not going to last for a very long time. Let's say, for example, you are someone that likes to party, right? And then you are someone that probably likes to sell hairs. You're not really the professional person, and you're just more of the let me go with my guys, let me go with my girls. If you now want to start saying, you want to start building online branding on LinkedIn, how would Nigerians say it's going to work? Yes, LinkedIn part, there's a professional part, but you might fit more on Instagram, or you might fit more on TikTok, because your personality values, it aligns with the platform. But if you are someone like me that like, I'm a professional person, I don't like this, I don't like that, then feel free to come on to LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, I would say LinkedIn is very good for people that are more of the professional people. Let's say you're a career oriented person. You're someone that probably wants to have your personal business. You want to be like a CEO. You want to be, would I say, a businessman. You want to have maybe a graphics design company, something related to that professional nature. Then LinkedIn is a very good place for you. So the first thing I would say when it comes to how can students build their personal brand, because there are quite a lot of things that we are going to touch on. I don't know if you all can hear me. I feel like I'm breaking, so let me know in the comment section if you can hear me pretty well. Okay, so when we say identify your brand identity, so that's one of the first things you need to know as a way to build your brand online. So now we are moving on to the online branding, and also still relates to the offline branding, because you need to identify your values, your strengths, you need to identify your skills and your passion. If you're someone that probably you like to talk a lot, if you're someone that just knows how to take pictures, if you're someone that knows how to design, you need to really identify. I know a lot of students will be like, I don't know what I'm good at, I don't know this, I don't know that, but trust me, you would always know, even if it's not so much, you would always know something. So let's say, for example, I remember back then in school, we were doing, there was a time for us to do contests. They're doing, I think it was they're trying to do manifestos for people that wants to be part of the students union, like SUG and people in the department. For me, I know that me and all those stories, me and all this school leadership stuff is not for me, because at that time I was still a bit shy, even though I'm still in my corner. But I really, going to that leadership spot, for me, I wasn't ready. So I knew myself, and I knew that, you know what, me and all these things, they're not for me. And I didn't bother. I knew where my strength lied, and I knew that, okay, yes, I can read for my exams, I can do so many things, but when it comes to doing SUG and being in the school board and all that, I'm not interested. So I knew that. So knowing your values. Now, when you talk about knowing your values as well, say for example, in business, we know that honesty is a very key thing when it comes to building your business, and when it comes to working with clients or working with your prospective employers or employees, you have to be very direct. So if you're someone that is very corny, your personal brand has started to, would I say, diminish from there, because you are not being honest. So you need to work on your values so that when you get somewhere, or maybe when you're on the online space, you're trying to build your brand and you're trying to fake it. You're trying to say, I graduated with a first class. I mean, I graduated with a 2-2. Or let's say you're trying to, maybe you saw people online that are saying that, I just did this certification. I graduated as best student. And then you feel like, after all, nobody knows me here. Let me also say that I graduated as one of the best graduating students on LinkedIn. Who are you trying to deceive? So understanding your values, I would say, is the first thing, which is defining your brand identity. For me, I'm more of the cool, calm, and collected lady. When I'm trying to speak, I try to ensure that I don't sound like I'm commanding people. So when I write, also, you can be able to know that, okay, when I write, you will know that Dami is trying to be very friendly. So that is how I am. So define your brand identity, identify your values, your strengths, your skills, and your passion. Understand what makes you unique and how you can contribute to your field of interest. Now, I would say that many people try to be like others, but you can't be like other people. Rather, you can only say maybe you like them and you can learn a thing or two from them, right? So you need to understand what your unique point is and how you can contribute to your field of interest. The second one I would say is create a professional online presence, and that is where LinkedIn comes in. You have to create a well-crafted profile that highlights your education, skills, experiences, and accomplishments. So I would like to talk a little bit about this aspect because I know some students will be like, that mean, what am I going to write? I'm just in 100 level. I'm just in 200 level. I'm just finishing my secondary school. I'm just in the uni. What am I going to write? I really understand. And that is where you have to take things slowly. So, for example, let's say you're studying chemistry, right? And then you're thinking of, okay, how can I position myself on LinkedIn? So, the second one, yeah, sorry, I mean, how can you position yourself on LinkedIn? So you can look at your bio, you can say, okay, I'm a physics student. What else do you do? If you want people to know you as a physics student, okay, what else do you do? Aside from that physics student, which is not going to give you much because you're just getting started, you can look for other things that you maybe are passionate about, because a lot of us know that aside from the course that I'm doing, I also have different attributes. Either you like photography, either you like sewing, either you like making hair, either you like cooking. There are some ways that you can craft your bio in a way that will look appealing. And I don't mean you should go and start saying CEO of handmade enterprises just because you're trying to create an online presence because you're a student. No, you can just write it even in a very good way that students at maybe Ahmed something university or University of Lagos or something like that. Or you can just put, either if you don't have any other thing you're doing, you can just put chemistry student or studying chemistry at University of Lagos. Or you use ChatGPT to help you craft your profile in a very good way. And that is why Efico Resources is trying so hard to ensure that students can become a better version of themselves other than what you're learning in school. So take, for example, you're doing graphic designing, which is a way for you to earn money online, or you're into cyber security, or you're into any other thing that can fetch you money online. You can look for ways. And if you feel like what you're doing suits LinkedIn well, you can look for a way to ensure that what you're doing, the headline you're going to write, really suits what you're looking out for. So that's number two, create a personal online presence. So crafting your education. So you don't have to put your secondary school because it's not a secondary school platform. So you can just put studying medicine at Lagos State University, and then you can just maybe put some other things. Then I would say that as an undergraduate, one of the best ways that you start building your online presence is by connecting with like minds. Because who you are with determines your outcome, right? So take for example, you're passionate about what you do, or maybe you're in a group of people that talk about intellectual stuff. You can just say, you know what, I can start building my network by connecting with so and so people. At least if they see my post on LinkedIn, they wish I like it. So it don't be like, I'm making a post and nobody is liking it. So you have to connect with like minds, connect with fellow students like you. So for example, the WhatsApp group is a very good way for you to connect with people, so that in case, let's say for example, you want to have an event, you know that these people understand where I'm coming from. I have a couple of friends that they don't use LinkedIn, and obviously because they don't use LinkedIn, I can have the professional conversation with them. But if, let's say, the people I'm speaking with, the people I have in my circle, we are doing the same thing, then it's easy for me to communicate what I do, and they will also be able to respond. So you have to connect with like mind. Maybe ask your colleague, if you don't know any other person, that hey, are you on LinkedIn? Or you just go on LinkedIn and just type the name of the person you're looking for, and hopefully that name pops out. So through all of these things, optimizing your profile, your skills, your experiences. And I'll also say that this is now the time for you to now start learning. Because if you want to show people something and you don't have anything for it, it's not going to really align compared to when you're really pushing yourself to do more. Take, for example, you are doing a course, maybe a 1 hour course or something like that. You're trying to pile up your profile to ensure that at least your profile is getting enough meat and enough fish in this soup. I don't know if you understand that area where I'm coming from. So next thing is, if let's say you're a writer, if you want to have your blog, it's not compulsory. Let's say you have something you just want to share with people, or let's say you just maybe making your findings, you just have something you want to write. You can use LinkedIn article to share your thoughts, or you can use a blog, maybe Medium, or there are some blogs that allows you to just put your thoughts in and then you have it there. I feel like one of the reasons why these things are very good is because it helps you to keep record of things that you have done in the past. Because I remember there's a time when I published my book, my husband was like, I've also written a book before. And what did he say? He said it was his project. And I remember that truly a lot of us did a lot of research when we were, if you're in 400 level, you understand it, whether you're writing your project, or even if you're in 100 level or 100 level, you will know that your project is also a very good part of, it's one of the very unique part of being a student. So you can have all of those things in your portfolio, that okay, you're building yourself, you're writing, and then people will be able to learn from you. So we've spoken about optimizing your online profile, showcasing your achievements, let people know what you're up to, internship, whether you're doing an internship somewhere, you talk about it. Because like I said, you're trying to build a conversation around it. Normally on Instagram, we would just put chilling at work today, or I'm a keep it does not rain anymore, or something very, maybe just a 2 line caption, and then you put the Instagram post there and it's gone. But on LinkedIn, you can just transform that one post, that one single picture, to a very professional post, or something very interesting, very thought provoking words, and then you can share it to people. I would say that one of the important reasons why sharing content is very key is because it really opens doors for you. I'm a living testimony of that. There are some people that are engaged with their content. I'm going to talk about the kind of content you can create as a student very soon. I would say that creating content is either creating content or you're engaging on people's posts. It would open doors for you, because the content you're creating is not because you just want to give dash out free information. The reason why you're making that content is because you want people to see that, hey, oh, I'm here. And the more you, let's say, you see David posts, you comment on it, you comment on it today, you comment on it tomorrow, you comment on it next week. A time will come, maybe you feel like, I want to talk to Mr. David about something, because you've been able to interact with his post. Is probably going to reply back because you'll be like, I know this person. This person has really been engaging on my content in the past before. So that is why the power of creating content and being on LinkedIn or even engaging on people's posts, because the more you interact with people, the more you connect to people. So because people feel like, I know this person a little bit. This person I've been feeding on what I've been doing, or this person I've been making posts every time. I feel like this person is real. I feel like this person is authentic. And then they can be able to either make a collaboration with you, offer you a service, or do whatever thing that you want them to do. So next one, I will talk about, aside from the portfolio network with professionals, I'm going to dwell a lot more on content creation. Now I know that a lot of people will be like, what am I going to write about? Sorry, excuse me. Okay, yeah, so a lot of people will be like, what am I going to write about as a student? I made a post on LinkedIn, probably I will drop the link on the WhatsApp about what you can post about as a student. So content ideas. So first thing I would, like I said, I'm going to share this later. But one of the things that you can share as content would be professional development. So share your professional development and learning journey, such as a conference you've attended and what you learned from it. I remember back as an undergraduate, we had a lot of things, a lot of events to go for. And because obviously I'm not accountable to anybody, I'm just going to attend the events. Whether I learn or I don't learn, or I'll go back to my hostel and I'll go and sleep. But the fact that you know that, oh, you're trying to build an online presence, you are even going to be at alert, pay attention to what is written. I think, for example, you attend an event on what topic can we talk about? Entrepreneurship as an undergraduate. And then maybe the person that spoke at the event is Dr. A or something. And then because you're able to take one or two things from the event. Obviously, take pictures because photos can go a long way. You snap your colleague. Maybe you're wearing your very lovely suit and tie, or maybe you're just wearing your long sleeve with your trouser. You just ensure that you take your photos in a very strategic way. And if it's possible, maybe you had pictures with the speaker, you also take photos with the speaker as well. And then maybe when you want to share on LinkedIn, you talk about, oh, I attending so event was really fun and I learned a lot. A special thanks to Dr. A.O. Moses. Let's say, for example, that's his name. He's on LinkedIn, and let's say you mention his name, A.O. Moses, for putting up this amazing for talking about these things. Here are 5 things I learned from the event. Number one, entrepreneurship is for strong people, blah, blah, blah. Number two, do not give up being an entrepreneur. Number three, blah, blah, blah. You're recording your journey. So take, for example, now, the man now sees it. He'll be like, okay, this person learned a thing or two from there. And then the next time, because you mentioned his name, maybe you see his post next time, you try to engage on it, because that little thing that you have done, the man sees it, it can really open other doors for you. And so aside from the fact that going for those events makes you more alive as a student, you know that going for those events is not going to be a waste after all the notes that we've been writing for years and that we do not go back to look at, putting it online can help you know that this content or this post is already online and is safe forever. So that, number one, like I mentioned, your professional development. Number two, a presentation on a topic you learned about in class. So I remember company law, when I was doing company law, and it was I think it was, we spoke about offer, we can remember, we spoke about offer, we spoke about different things about corporate law, company law, and even the normal law things. You can just have a way to just make a content around that. And the thing about that is that people are able to learn a thing from you. So take, for example, you're a lawyer or you're a student studying law, you can even educate your contact about what you do in law. And let's say, for example, I like to give examples a lot so that people can be able to understand what I'm talking about. So let's say you are studying law, and the course that you're doing is very hot, and you're like, how will I do this? Just the little content, maybe the little research that you have on how to ensure that, probably about property law, or something about maybe A Johnson versus A Johnson kind of case. Let's say now you now convert it to a content, and I'll be like, did you know that trespassing on somebody's house property is a violation of right, or something like that? And because you've been able to make your research, you turn it to a normal content. So rather than you teaching your colleagues, you're teaching people that are outside. And like I mentioned, because you've been able to connect with people of like mind, so let's say you even connected with your colleagues that are law students, when they see the post, they can try as much as possible to either connect or either try to put some comments that, oh, well done, Oinda, this is very insightful. Other people try to share their thoughts. What you've posted will stick in your head. So even when the time for exam comes, you will be able to remember that, oh yes, I spoke about this topic. And because of what you've done, you can be able to write better either during exam or maybe during your break, or sorry, rather than, you can also maybe interact more in class, I mean. And if you are someone that really loves your lecturer a lot, is a good way for you to maybe for connect to your lecturer. And then if your lecturer sees your post, and maybe you never can tell the small content you're even dishing out, you can make your lecturer feel like, ah, this person has sense, and all of those things like that. So that is one interesting way for you to build your content. So I'll recap again. Content ideas can be professional development, sharing content regarding your professional growth. The next one can be presentation about a topic, right? The third one can be a text post about your experience as a student, things you find interesting, things you think that are not so important in the learning structure. After all, we all are growing, so it can be quite interesting for you to just say, my top 10 things I dislike about being an undergraduate. Just mention number one, the fact that you have to read every day. Number two can be the fact that some of the things that you're teaching you does not really relate to the real life. Those kind of contents can really be interesting for people to want to know. You can also maybe do content about my experience so far being a 300 level undergraduate student, my experience so far being a 400 level undergraduate student, what I wish I knew when I was in my 100 level, what I wish I knew when I was in my 200 level. Because of what you're doing, it's not like you're trying to sell anything to anybody. You're just trying to be informative. And the truth is that people love in free information. I must say, people really, really love free information. So the more you keep dishing out, like I said, you're not selling it to anybody. You're just building your personal brand. You're just trying to get busy. And so the more information that you give to people, the more love you're going to receive from people. Trust me. And because of that, people would have you in their memory. So let's say you go for also networking events, to take pictures, people would not even really see you as an undergraduate anymore. And also the kind of content I would say that you put out would determine how people will receive you. So if you're always talking about the downside of being an undergraduate, people might just see you as an undergraduate forever. And if also the only content you try to talk about is being an undergraduate and you're not speaking about other things that you do with your life, you might attract the wrong people. So you need to have a way to balance this as a student. So another one can be an infographic on a topic related to your field of study. Canva is my favorite place to get all of this. So let's say, for example, you need an infographic. Just type infographic on Canva. You see free options. You can just type maybe quotes, and then you see different options. You just customize in your own way. If you want to have, I'm working on an ebook about content ideas that you can work with, and I shared real life examples on, and also the link to all of those posts, because I've created over many kind of content types. And also, if you probably want to have a view of my profile, you can just check Damola Felicia Badmos on LinkedIn. LinkedIn now has the option of the images, the videos, so it makes your life easy. You can just go through the different kind of content I've done in the past and have an idea of it. So another content type that you can create is a discussion of a book you recently read that resonates with your field of study. Just creating this content, engaging with others, ideas will definitely come. And I would also try to add that we are in the age of free information, like I mentioned earlier. ChatGPT can come to your rescue. So let's say, for example, just like where we tap on Google, you can just type, okay, on ChatGPT that I'm looking for I'm LinkedIn creator, I'm a student, I'm trying to look for content ideas that I can use to build my personal brand. Any ideas? ChatGPT will give you options, and then you can start working with all of those options ChatGPT has given you. Also, let's say you are someone that likes to put people together, maybe you're a leader. If you meet the criteria for audio events, you can just start organizing audio events. And let's say maybe you can have a conversation on how to be a, like, for example, what we are doing that some people have created for Efico resources. You can say, you know what, I also want to have my audio events, but I don't want to go through so much trouble. You can just say either one or two people that you know you can just design a sharp flyer on Canva, put it on your LinkedIn, look for a very interesting topic and invite people. Also, you can also start inviting people as a guest to your show. So rather than you just doing local champion of just within your school environment, you can go global. That's how you are able to build a very successful brand. And I'll just try to round up because of our time that I'll make mention of what I've said earlier about building your personal brand as a student. That number one, you have to understand yourself. That has to do with understanding your value, understanding what you bring to the table, so that everybody's not just going to be pushing you to one place. Even if somebody is doing crypto tomorrow, you also go and join crypto. If somebody else is doing Naira bets today, you also go and do Naira bet. You have to be able to know what works for you. And I really believe that even being an undergraduate, you can be able to stand for yourself. That, you know what, it might take me some time to make money. I'm not going to be like other people. It might take me some time to build myself. I don't want to be like other people. If you're trying to constantly compare yourself with others, you are not going to grow. Because trust me, the person you're trying to compare yourself with is also comparing him or her with other people. So you need to know that I know where I am now. Where I am now, trust me, has nothing to do with my undergraduate. And let me just say this thing to shock you. I was a very, very shy person in my undergraduate. I wouldn't really say shy, but I just like my space. So after class, I come home, I have my roommate, I don't go to people's room. I know what I want. I know that my personality is just prefers me to be all by myself. And then when I started writing on LinkedIn, I knew that, okay, you know what, this is who I am. I can really write and I can grow myself. I can communicate with people in a very good way. Talking about also videos, I'm not someone that really likes a lot of video content. That's why I prefer to go for audio events on LinkedIn, and it's working well for me. So you need to really know what works for you so that you don't just be like other people. And at the end of the day, you go and you go and fall by the wayside. I remember a person back in school that she don't, for me, my reading style back then in school was immediately after class. I really liked accounting, especially financial accounting. So I can do financial accounting in my sleep. I really like that topic. So one thing I know about me is that after class I get to read immediately. But then there are some people that after class they don't even open their notes in like 2 days to exam. And even if they read, they will pass. But for me, my style is not like that. If I should do that, I'll have F carryover all through. So I knew that this is my style and I had to learn my way. A lot of people also went for parties back in school, but I know that Yoruba will say let them Yoruba party, meaning that my let them my meaning that my is it my destiny or something does not really allow me to go out the way I should. So that understanding your strength, your value, your skills, and your passion is really important. Next thing is create a professional online presence, and that's why we talked about developing a well-crafted LinkedIn profile. And you need to just ensure that your LinkedIn profile is not boring. A lot of people are going to the studio to take photos now, and trust me, if you do not have money for a studio, that's fine. You can maybe even if you and your friends, you guys can just maybe gather money and go to one studio. If you have one shirt, I'm going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. If you have one very nice shirt, you don't even need full picture. You can just, okay, just hold your hand like this, smile to the camera, and then have it as a professional photo. And if you feel like, okay, you still don't have the means, look for someone with a very good phone, maybe iPhone or Samsung, that you can blur the background like this, and then just smile and then edit it and then just put it, so that at least they know that you are real and you're not a fake person. Next one is, if you're developing your brand LinkedIn profile, you can consider creating a personal website or a blog to showcase what you do. And that also has to do with, if you're someone that has extra skills, either be a graphic designer, a copywriter, someone that a virtual assistant, you can try to build your portfolio in a way that can help you as an undergraduate. So even if you don't want to talk about schoolwork, you can, if you have a skill that you do, you can leverage social media and talk about that your skill. So if you don't want anybody to know that you're an undergraduate, that's fine. You can just chip in your undergraduate story once in a while to let them know that you're authentic, and then you focus more on building your business, right? Use professional social media platforms to engage and also build your network. Engage with daddies, engage with mommies, engage with everybody that you feel that suits your professional career. Next one is optimize your online profile. Try to use a consistent professional image, showcase your achievements. We've spoken about that. Internship, projects, volunteer work. If you go to my profile and you go down, you'll see some kind of project that I've done in the past. And that way you can also use it for yours as well. Develop a portfolio. If you're like a research entity, as you can develop a portfolio, put a link to it in your profile so that people can see it and they can be able to move on to where that your writing is. Also, network with professionals, attend events, attend career fairs. I'm having an event coming up in July. For those that are interested, it's more like a professional event, LinkedIn offline angle, where students can also meet with top professionals and they can be able to develop and create a conversation that will help them in future. Next one is engage in relevant communities. So just like the way you're doing on WhatsApp, ensure that you, at least even if it's not everybody, ensure that there's one valuable person that you contact, you collect his or her number, and then you can either start engaging with them on LinkedIn or on their WhatsApp. Then finally, seek leadership roles. So for people that are like the ones that can carry our matter on our head, you can decide to, if you want to be a leader, you can decide to take up leadership roles, because you taking up leadership roles gives you enough content, enough things to talk about on your LinkedIn platform. Take on leadership position as student organization, because if you're not doing anything in school, there's nothing to write about. But if you're constantly busy, you're constantly doing something, you're constantly going out, it's just like you're gisting people. If you don't go out, if you don't do anything, there's nothing to gist about. So I think that would be all. Seek out opportunities, maintain a professional reputation. That one is very important. So ensure that you monitor your online presence and ensure it aligns with your personal brand. By next week, I'm giving out a free ebook on LinkedIn on how you can it's like a checklist to ensure that you have a Google presence. So if you're not following me, just ensure you follow so that by next week you get the free information. So thank you, everybody. So remember that building a personal brand is an ongoing process. It requires consistency, authenticity, and continuous efforts. You cannot be a big boy in one day. Even someone that is in Yahoo self, it takes them a lot of time to hit that first client. So you have to ensure that you are consistent, and I really hope that it's going to be favorable for you in the long run, and you would also have a community of people that can help you become better. So thank you, everybody. I'm sure I didn't overdo my time. So thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. I am short of words. I really don't know how to express my gratitude, but my notepad is full of value. I know that this is satisfactory answer to so many people that have been asking themselves questions. Oh, how do I position on LinkedIn? What do I even write about? The problem with so many undergraduates is they're like, okay, I don't have achievements to boast of on LinkedIn. What do I do? But I believe that this speech today is an answer to your many questions. If you're an undergraduate in the room and you found this teaching quite helpful, can I see your emojis in the comment section? I have learned a lot tonight, a lot that I myself would begin to implement. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Please, can you hear me and see me? Can anyone hear me? And see me. What's Please, can you hear me and can you see me? Ma'am Damilola Badmos, we enjoyed your session. We're so glad and we would connect with you. I'm going to drop a link in the group chat as soon as the session is over so that you can connect with her. She is a bundle of value. You can learn more from her. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Please, I'm here to get a response. Can you hear me and can you see me? Please join me with your emojis to celebrate Ma'am Damilola Badmos. Can you jam your Please, can you hear me? I think the network is kind of fussy, but we're going to be fine. Please let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. Let me see your responses in the comment section. My sister, I don't know. What did she buy this online? Hello, everyone. Can you see me and can you hear me? Okay, I just got a message that you can see me and you can hear me. Thank you. My network tripped up a couple of times. So, Ma, we're so grateful. We are so good. We are still on this Thanksgiving matter. Thank you so much, Ma. We love you. We love you and we celebrate you. I want to see your comments in the comment section. I want to see you type, we love you and we celebrate you. We love you and we celebrate you. Expect us to connect with you on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, Ma. All right, so we have one more session tonight. That was mind blowing. That was firetic. That was impactful, and that was transformational. And still, with that energy, we'll be moving into our second speech for tonight. Our second tell God. I am so excited tonight. We're about to invite somebody that I so much respect and honor, somebody whose life has, commanded quite admirable results. I must confess to you, is someone that is highly respected, is someone that is innovative, is the reason why we are here today. Is the visionaire of Efico Resources, is the one that has said, oh, I am very intentional about undergraduates. I want to see them do exploit. I want to see them command perfect results. I want to see them position themselves for personal excellence, for career excellence, and for professional excellence. I want to see them do amazingly well. I believe in them and I know that they can be something. And that is why we are here tonight. I'm about to invite Sir David Adefumilayo. But before I do that, you should listen to this bio. We are sleeping here tonight because this bio is so long and so long. But trust me too, don't worry, we won't sleep here because we have to go to church tomorrow. All right.
Fashola Oluwapelumi, and I'm a nursing graduate. My passion for health and nature has made me love climate change and want to be an activist for it. The statistics from WHO says that 150,000 deaths is caused by climate change, which is likely to double by the year 2030. So please support Save the Climate Project today. Thank you.
And I am currently studying economics in Lagos State University, and I am a climate advocate. So I recently found out that a warming or an increase in global warming of 2 degrees Celsius is increasing the risk of our elements moving away from the climate system, and it is very critical to our atmosphere. And this is going to bring severe consequences to the ecosystems and humanity as a whole. So I'm admonishing us all to support Save the Climate Project now.
Like I'm the founder director of Efico Resources. So one of the greatest questions I've gotten is, what is Efico Resources about?
All right, welcome back, everyone. Please, I hope you can see and hear me. So quickly, I will read out the bio while I introduce our second speaker for tonight. I implore you to please pay undivided attention as I read out this firetic bio to you all. All right, so tonight we have our second speaker to be David Adefumilayo. David Adefumilayo is the founder of Efico, where he leads his team to directly impact over 7,000 students, leveraging 60 campus ambassadors spreading around 35 universities in Nigeria. He made a U-turn from oil and gas engineering to climate-focused entrepreneurship, despite 6 academic and professional awards, including a Dean Award for first-class students and the most influential and versatile student leader at the Petroleum Training Institute, University of Lagos. He holds a master's in business administration from the Lagos Business School. He is a UK Global Talent Visa coach, one that allows you to live, work, and do business in the UK without restriction after being endorsed by an authorized body. Being a tech boss, he has mentored a handful of global tech talents to pitch, highlighting their achievements and writing high standard applications for various opportunities. In 2018, he designed the Save the Climate Pride project, where he enlisted the talent of undergraduates and fresh graduate students to carry out climate change advocacy solutions using a blended approach of awareness, education, research, and business development. Due to his impact on climate sustainability, he was nominated as one of the brightest young minds in Africa by the Bright Network and served as a Nigerian delegate in Cairo, Egypt, for the SDG Summit for Young Leaders. He was conferred Climate Ambassador by various climate fellowships, and he has also been selected as a delegate to represent youth voices at numerous climate conferences, including the Global Youth Summit for Climate Change in Rotterdam, Netherlands, where he interfaced with the Prime Minister of Denmark. He aspires to be one of Africa's wealthiest and most influential people, impacting the circular economy by 2030. 2030. I can see your emojis already. I am blown off myself, and we're so fortunate and I'm so excited to welcome the distinguished presence of Director, I call him Director David Adefumilayo. So with charming hands and with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to give a thunderous applause as we welcome our second speaker for tonight, David Adefumilayo. Please keep your emojis coming in. Jam those hands together. Welcome him like a king that he is. Thank you so much, sir. You're welcome, and we're so glad to have you. You can now have the stage.
Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Okay, so my name is David Adefimlayo, as you know. So I'll be speaking on positioning for personal and career excellence. Positioning for personal and career excellence. First of all, I want to say that as the founder of Efico Resources, I started Efico Resources in my founder level in the University of Lagos. And one of the reasons why I started Efico Resources is number one, is because of I realized the fact that a lot of students are studying what they don't really love to do. A lot of people are studying law because their parents forced them. A lot of people went to science class because of the fact that their friends is in science class, or possibly because of anything. So I realized the fact that people are not really fulfilled. People are not fulfilled in what they do. And that was why I started Efico Resources. Because while I was there, while I was in University of Lagos studying oil and gas engineering, I realized the fact that oil and gas engineering was not what I wanted to do. So what I did was the fact that I had to now start finding myself. And while finding myself, I started Efico Resources. And today I'm called a tech boss because really I've raised tech talents, people that are called tech bros and techists, and they are doing amazingly well across the globe. Some of them are working some of them are working from Nigeria in the UK. They are working from Nigeria in the US and several places. And these guys are tech people, persons, and they're earning so much for themselves. So I want to actually start with something. If you can hear me, say go on. Just say go on, sir. Go on, sir. Just say go on, sir. Just type go on, sir. Go on, sir. Go on, sir. I want to know that people can hear me and they're following. Just type go on, sir. Go on, sir. Go on, sir. Yeah. Okay, fine. I see that you can hear me. So it's in fact that I want to start with number one. The first step to career excellence, the first step to personal and career excellence is the understanding of self. First of all, you need to first understand yourself. The Socrates said something. He said, man, know yourself. When you understand yourself, nobody can push you to do what you don't want to do. When you understand yourself, you know what to say yes to, and you know what to say no to. When you understand yourself, you have a very clear directional sense of purpose to what you're doing. And that's superbly very important. Now, when you understand yourself, you can take a step that you yourself know that you're doing. And the thing is the fact that the next thing that you need to do is the fact that you need to know where you're going to. So one of the things I want students to do is the fact that ask yourself, what I am studying now, what I'm studying now in school, is it synchronizing with what I want to be in future? If it is not, then you will definitely have to connect it and to say, okay, yes, now that I'm in school, how can I do some things? How can I do things that are in tandem with where I want to be? That's superbly very important. You want to ask yourself, what I'm studying now, how can I connect it to to where I want to be? Because see one thing, people would only invest in you if they know that you know what you're doing. Write it down. People would only invest in you. I've gotten a lot of scholarship and a lot of opportunity because of the fact that people understand that this boy have a clear direction of where it's going to. So if you don't know where you're going, number one, people would not invest in you. Number one. Number two, you cannot attract opportunities if you don't know what you're doing. If you cannot really, if people ask you, who are you? Who are you? And what do you want to become in the next 5 years? You need to know those things, because you see one thing, it's when you know where you're going that you can make informed decisions about, okay, yes, I need to learn this course, I need to do this, I need to volunteer here, I need to be a leader here, I need to do this thing. It's when you know it's when you know where you want to be in the next 5 years. So some people do not really care about this, and this is important. Some people, if you ask them, what do you be in the next 5 years, they'll be like, but 5 years have not come now. You need to know, because if you don't know, you would definitely not be able to make informed decisions about what you need to start doing to position yourself for that opportunity. Some of you know that I've gotten admission to Lagos Business School. I've gotten scholarship opportunities and several things, but it's because of the fact that I have already planned for them. And while I was in school, I was taking volunteer opportunities and leadership opportunities that will show that I am really ready for the investment that they want to invest in me. Now, this is it here. People will invest in you only when you've done something. People will only invest in you only when you've done something that they can see. Okay, so let me give an example. If you want me to invest in your business now, if you want me to invest in your business and you tell me, oh David, please, I want to do this thing, please invest in my business, I would invest in your business. But one of the questions I will ask you, what have you done? Because you need to show me tractions of what you have done. So it's really very important. So now, I want to give you 3 ways in which you can understand your unique, your unique self. 3 ways in which you can understand your unique self. Do you get that? I want to 3 ways in which you can understand your unique self. Who is ready for it? Let me see your emoji. 3 ways in which you can understand your unique self. 3 ways in which you can understand your unique self. Number 1, so your unique self means that I'm talking about how you can be excellent at what you do. How you can actually definitely understand yourself to be excellent at what you do. Now, first of all, understand your premium time. What did I say? Understand your what? Your premium time. What is premium time? What is premium time? Premium time is that time where you are most effective. Your premium time is that time of the day where you are most effective. What did I say? Your premium time is that time of the day where you are most effective. So I'll be ending in the next 7 minutes. Now, what is premium time? Just as I said, is the time of the day where you are most effective. Now, some people, your premium time is in the morning. Now, in the morning is the time where you are most effective, where you assimilate best. Like for me now, my own premium time is early in the morning, around that 5 o'clock. As soon as I wake up, I'm ready to absorb a lot of things. That's my premium time. Some people's premium time is in the midnight, where everyone is sleeping, where everybody is sleeping, where there is this midnight sound. They are very active in those times. They are called nocturnal students or nocturnal individuals. Now, some people's premium time is in the afternoon, find your premium time. That point, that time where if you read, you would definitely assimilate very, very well soon. It's when you have understand yourself that you can know your premium time. Do you get it? It's when you have understood yourself that you can definitely know your premium time. If you have not understood yourself, you can never know your premium time. So you need to watch yourself over time to say, okay, yes, oh, I think I assimilate best in the afternoon. Or you have to say, oh, I think I assimilate best early in the morning when I wake up. You need to understand that time. And it's that time where you ensure that nobody is disturbing you. Now, when I was in school, everybody reads in the night. Everybody reads in the class and everything. But for me, I will have to sleep first. But when I sleep and I wake up very early in the morning, I will now start reading my book. And that's what has gotten me some of the successes and excellence that I'm achieving here today. So I am exposing the secrets to you. Understand your premium time. Understand that time where you're most effective. Secondly, understand your premium place. What did I say? Please, if you can actually see it, reflect it. The person that is controlling this screen here, please reflect it. I said, understand your premium place. Can you hear me? I want to be sure that you can hear me. I want to be sure that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yes. So I said, understand your premium place. What is your premium place? Your premium place is that place where you assimilate best. Now, for example, for me, everybody reads in the library. But for me, I do not read in the library. You know why? Because I'm highly distracted. I mean, I'm somebody that if pin falls down, I will be distracted. Anybody, and because of the fact that I understand myself in school, I was very, very popular. Once I go to the library, people will say, David, come and teach me, come and teach me. Or I will meet friends and then I'll start greeting everybody in school and the rest. I'll start greeting everybody. But because I'm able to understand my premium place is never the library. So anybody that is going to the library, I don't mind them. Because I know myself that I do not assimilate best in the library. I shun the library. I do not go to the library. Some of you, your premium place is inside your room. Your premium place is in your hostel. So you don't need to start bothering about others that are going to the library. Do you actually assimilate best in your room? Do you assimilate best in your room, or do you assimilate best in the library? Watch yourself, understand yourself, and from there you can say, okay, yes, I think this is who I am, and I'm somebody that can assimilate best in the library. There are some people that I can read with music, but for me, I can't read with music. I know myself. I will be distracted. So understand yourself. If you are somebody that can read in a noisy place, it's fine. You have to understand. But it's in fact that if your other friends can, like, if your other friend can read it in a noisy place, that doesn't mean you should be like him too. You should definitely understand yourself to say that, okay, yes, I'm a silent person. I have to find where it's very quiet to read. Maybe in my room, or possibly in my hostel, or places that are silent. Some people would read in the midnight. They're going to be reading in one uncompleted building. It's fine. Understand yourself and stay in that place. The other the last one is your premium method of reading. What is your method of reading or studying? What is your method of studying? Some people can stay in class and assimilate best. Some people, you have to write notes. When you are reading, you have to write. I am that person. When I'm reading, I have to write. Well, once I'm writing, I'll be assimilating. Get yourself. You are not different. Some people will just be carrying book, and that's all. They will grab it. Understand that you are different and you are unique from others. When you know that, you can excel in your own. You can excel in your own terrain. And while excelling in your own terrain, you will see that people will definitely be admiring you. So for me, when I read, when I write essays, especially for opportunities, when I'm applying for opportunities, I ensure that I'm applying for opportunities at my premium time, at my premium place, and the premium method of understanding. So when I want to actually apply for opportunities, well, what I do is I go and read everything that they are talking about, everything that is important. I read it by writing. I first write down everything that I want to actually apply for. I write it down, understand it very well. Look at that. The same thing goes if you are doing mathematics, if you are doing any course, write down what you're doing, write down what you will be reading. So once you are reading, you can write down and summarize the key points. That's important. That is for you. But some people will just be reading and just be assimilating like that. That's fine. But understand your premium method of reading. If you pick all these things together, your premium method of reading or premium method of understanding, if you pick all these things together, you will definitely become someone of personal and career excellence. You know why? Because you know yourself, and definitely you understand your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities and threats. That's SWOT analysis. I started with understanding who you are, right? So you do a SWOT analysis of yourself to understand your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities and your threats. To know that, okay, yes, this is my premium time, this is my premium place, and this is your premium method of reading. It is important for you to take time to do it. It's important for you to take time to actually do it. So apart from that, okay, apart from that, we have we have one last thing. As I said, SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the analysis of your strengths, your weakness, the opportunities that you have around you, and the threats. These things is something that you have to sit down and do. Sometimes it might even take 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, but do them. Because you see one thing, it's some people, you see, when you want to cut down with 3, 80% of the job is done in planning how you want to cut it, and 20% of the job is done cutting it. So don't just start life like that. You need to plan your life and to understand the tools that you need to actually use to go through life. When you actually go to the kitchen, there are a lot of tools that you need to use to cook, right? But it is when you understand the food you want to cook, number one, and you understand the tools that you need to use to cook that food. Let's say the food you want to cook is your accomplishment, your goals. So the tools are like the online courses you do, ChatGPT, all these AI tools, and the rest. Because you understand your strength and weakness, because you understand what you can cook, you know the kind of things, you know the kind of tools to start using so as to cook that food that you want to cook, which is your goals. Do you understand? So SWOT analysis is very important, and one of the first things we do in Efico resources is the personalized self-assessment test. That personalized self-assessment test is the SWOT analysis to understand yourself so that you can make informed decisions, and definitely you can start your journey to become a successful person. And that's why I say today, if you are new to Efico resources, there's Efico resources in your campus. Chat the programs manager to say, oh yes, I want to join Efico resources. I want to start to be very intentional about my career. I want to be very intentional about my personal life. So you can join Efico resources and join the community in your school. Just chat up the programs manager, and you can be a campus ambassador, or you can just be a member. And then by being a campus ambassador member, you have a wide range of opportunity. Like you have a wide range of opportunities to help you through. First of all, what we do in Efico resources, number one, Okay, I don't want to spend too much time, but we have a PDF that really speaks about everything we do in Efico Resources. You can ask for that from any Efico the person that invited you for this conference, or you can ask that from the programs manager. She's going to give you the PDF that tells you everything about Efico Resources. But one of the first things that we do in Efico Resources is to understand yourself through something we call the personality test, called the MBTI test. And that MBTI test will help you through your journey, and it's going to help you to choose your premium time, help you to choose your premium place, and help you to choose your premium method of studying, reading, and then assimilating for your career excellence. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for that value-filled session. You would agree with me that that session was filled with so much to learn and rich information that is capable of empowering you for your next level as an undergraduate. We're so grateful. Please, if you gained value, can I see your emojis in the comment section? I learned a lot. What the part that struck me the most was where it said people would only invest in you when they sense that you understand your purpose. It is when people think that, oh, this lady or this girl knows what she's doing and she knows where she's going to, that they can effortlessly invest in you. So I believe that this is a charge for you as an undergraduate, not to allow yourself to be limited, but to explore, to discover yourself, and to leverage on your strengths and build your weaknesses as an undergraduate. Please join me to celebrate Director David Adefumilayo. That was concise and powerful. Thank you so much, sir. We celebrate you and we love you. I cannot see your emojis in the comment section. Pour it, pour it, pour it in the comment section. Let me see it. All right, thank you so much, everyone. We have come to the end of today's session. I really want to shout out to everyone that stayed from the beginning to the end. Now, let me ask you, I hope you gained value. Did you gain value? Did you learn tonight? What are you taking home from this conference tonight? This is day one, and I must say that it is filled with values, filled with enriching information that is capable of skyrocketing your growth. Now, share with me in the comment section, what are you going to start doing differently? What are you going to start doing differently as an undergraduate? Are you going to start positioning yourself on LinkedIn? Are you going to optimize your LinkedIn account? Are you going to start investing in your personal brand? Are you going to start embarking on a journey of discovering yourself, knowing that self-discovery is the key to self-fulfillment? Share with me in the comment section. Let me see your comments. Let me see your comments. Let me see your comments. All right, so we'll be rounding up in a few minutes, but I want to know that you have learned tonight and you're going to begin to implement all that you've learned. Please, can you see and hear me? I want to believe you're typing right now. All right. So while I expect your responses, I just want to talk to you quickly about Efico resources. I know some of you might be wondering what is Efico resources about. I really don't know. Okay. So Efico resources is a value-driven community. Thank you so much. I see you, Melody Beauty. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Oh, you gained value, Rebecca. Good to know that. You gained value, beauty. Thank you. Rashida said, I gained a lot. Massive. I like that. All right. All right. Thank you for your comments. I really appreciate it. So, at the Fico Resources, who are we and what do we do? That's the question I know is bugging your mind right now. And I'm going to provide very short answer to your question. Efico Resources is a value-driven community, and our vision, what makes our hearts beat, is that we want to help undergraduates achieve personal excellence, professional excellence, and career excellence. We want to help you understand and help you discover yourself as an undergraduate. Not just discover yourself, but position yourself and position for global dominance. Knowing that you are mighty, knowing that there is something in you, and your status as an undergraduate is never a limitation. Understanding your strengths and your weaknesses and leveraging on your strengths to becoming all that you're supposed to becoming that professionally excellent person, to becoming that career excellent person, and to becoming that personally excellent person. We are in over 30 campuses in Nigeria, and over time we've been helping undergraduates to build capacity. So if you are someone that has been wondering, I want to grow, one of your biggest desire is to become that person of value. Perhaps you've read about some amazing undergraduates and you're asking yourself, how are they doing these things? Efico Resources is the place for you to be. And it is high time you look for your campus ambassadors. We have campus ambassadors in countless institutions in Nigeria. If you want to join Efico Resources, I am personally inviting you because I know and I can tell you for sure that it's a place of transformation. Tomorrow, we're going to be having some of our campus ambassadors and campus members coming live and sharing their testimonies with you. But it's high time you arise, because the truth is, if you get a lot of information and you don't act on it, it's still zero. So I'm inviting you to a Efico Resources community. We are a value-driven community and we are passionate about you as an undergraduate. I hope that your DMs will keep coming in. I would say I in the comment section so that you can ask me questions if you have questions. So quickly, let me know from the session so far, if you have questions, drop your questions in the group chat in our onboarding room. Your questions will be directed to the speakers and your responses will also be directed back to you. So in order for us to save our time. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Once again, my name is Onotade Onilolameri. Watch out for tomorrow. We are hosting two amazing men. We are hosting Stephen Lawyer tomorrow, popularly known as the future Minister of Education. We are hosting Bakri Philip, another amazing person that you should meet. So share the link with your friends and everyone that's supposed to be here. Click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can get notified every time we have live transforming programs like this. So right now, I'm going to give you 1 minute to subscribe. Yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. I'll wait for you so that you will not forget, so that you will not say, I forgot. No. Click it right now. Click it right now. I want to see you click it. And also click on the notification bell so that you can get notified every time we post value-driven content. I hope you're doing that already. All right, thank you very much. This is where we draw the curtain for tonight. I hope you gained value and I hope you have learned. I love you so much, and I appreciate you for investing in your growth and investing in yourself. Once again, I hope you gained value. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same station. Don't miss it. Be there. Peace out. Good night. Bye.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Lawyer, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo, Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to